Hello, and welcome to Mode of Cosmic Therapy once again. How are you? I'm good. I am really, really, really good, and I hope that you are too. It's a delightful, delightful, delightful energy that's surrounding this studio at this moment, and I am thrilled to be part of it, and I'm so glad that you've chosen to be part of it too. I want to thank Mitzi once again for being behind the cameras and Sandy in on the control panel. It makes everything work perfectly. Mode of Cosmic Therapy. I know you've heard about it. You've possibly even seen it before. But do you know what it is? No, I don't either. But I am 100% involved and engaged in it momentarily, each and every moment. We each have a mode of the way that we live our lives. We really do. Maybe I could start with that, Mitzi. We haven't ever done that. Let's break down that word. Mode. M-O-D-E. Now I'm going to use numerology. That's the science of numbers, ascribing vibrations, numbers to each of these letters. I'm going to put the vowels on the top and the consonants on the bottom. That's going to be the personality, and the vowels are going to be the heart. So we have 4. We have, well, let's hold it out. Let's put that as a 13, and let's put that as a 15, which is really a 6. Okay, that's a 4, and that's a 5. So let's see what we've got here. We've got a 20, and we've got an 8. That can't possibly be. That cannot possibly be, Mitzi. Let me make sure. 15 and 5 is 20, 13 and 4. But that's a 4. But yeah, that would be 17. 8, yeah. That is my most favorite number in the whole wide world. That is my favorite number. And it's mode. Huh. Never did know that. Okay, so as the heart of mode, it is the mother, father, child, God within each of us. The Lord of light. Lords, let's say lords of light. Okay? That's the heart of mode. That's the heart of our operation. And then the personality that it runs on is that infinity symbol. Of course, it's an 8. But as above, so below. Now that can pertain to anything whatsoever, because the stars certainly are above and can act as a reflection of us who are star beings. In other words, we're made of stardust. Okay? So, mode of cosmic therapy. So, we are a designated lot of creatures that are bumbling around here on Earth in a flesh and bone blood body generated by electromagnetic force of light. We are like a photon factory, and we are experiencing things, seeing things, getting involved with people, places, and events, and incorporating those particular situations into this body, if you will, this body that has been generated from millions of years of specialized formations of DNA through sexual acts. And we have come to this place To operate, I'm defining mode of cosmic therapy, Missy. It seems like it's taking 15 minutes. But to operate our mechanisms, our factories, our burning vessels, we're learning what it's all about. We don't know. See, if you could get that, if you could really, really get that and get away from the idea that you think that you are the body and that you think that you know what you're supposed to do, then you can begin to experience life at the level of a master, which you are, master of divine essence. That's mode 2. You've just simply forgotten your heritage. You know, you don't have to think about how to digest your foods. It is done automatically. You don't have to think about how the blood is running in your veins, carrying oxygen to all the needed cells. You don't have to think about that. You don't have to think about going to the bathroom and eliminating the feces of what you have taken in as food and drink. You know, eliminating urine and feces. You don't have to think about those things. They're going to be done automatically. In fact, if it was left up to you, it might be screwed up because you might forget, like you forget a lot of things to do that you don't deem important. So if you don't have to think and you don't have any control, no control over the thoughts you think and how they arise and when they arise and the continuity of their arising, you don't have any control over that. Okay, now doesn't it go along with a little bit of logic, a little bit, that if you don't know how to do any of those things, but they are done automatically for you, then you incorporating this body and stumbling and bumbling and bumping around, you don't know either. You don't know what you're doing. Why are you pretending like you do? Why are you pretending like you know what is important and what needs to be done while you're here on this earth to make a difference? And I'll go a little bit further because I'm going to take religion in here in just a second. Why are you doing whatever it is you're doing so that you can have some grand reward in another place that you don't even know exists? That somebody told you that it exists, and what are you doing that for to get that? Because that's self-motivated. It's defeating in two different places. One, that you're doing it to get something. That's self-generated selfishness and self-absorption and self-concern. And also, you don't have a clue as to where that heaven exists, you know, where the pearly gates and golden streets are. It's ridiculous. I mean, just think about it. You're not going to take your body when you leave from here. Your body is going back to the earth from whence it came and be covered over in and join all the tremendous millions of people that have already died and been buried. None of these bodies have ever left the earth. None of these bodies have ever left the earth. Neither will you. Now, but you agree, here's what you probably would say, and I'm not interested in debate because it does not matter to me whether you believe any of this stuff. This is just entertaining and joy for me. You remember that joke's on you deal? You're not going to take you where you go. And so what you're going to tell me is that your soul is going to heaven. Okay, if your soul's going to heaven, where are you going? Huh? I mean, are you the soul? Is that what you're saying? Can you prove that you have a soul? Has it ever been proven that you have a soul? What has been proven, according to the latest research from NASA and the astrophysicists and quantum physics, is that you have light that resonates in you, and that when you die, that light leaves you and your body is inert and does not move anymore. So the you that is moving you, that's causing me to sit here and move this marker around. Remember one of the other shows? I called it something else. I can't remember what I called it. But anyway, holding this object. Light is causing me to be able to do all these things. Light. Light enabled me to kick off my shoes. Light enabled me to be able to sit here and talk to you, and at the same time, other thoughts enter and exit my head, just like you. So this light that has entered our flesh and bones, body, is here to experience what it is like to be on earth. It wants to experience sexual intercourse. It wants to experience eating food. It wants to experience riding a roller coaster. It wants to experience how to make money, how to lose money, how to fall in love with somebody, how to have someone die. He wants to feel all of those emotions that are involved in this earth life. But what happens is you take it personally. Now, I do not know how in the world that you ascribe any personableness to light. You know, this same light, as the Bible says, he reigns on the just and the unjust alike. That means on the criminal and the saint. This light shines on both of them. No differentiation. You as a mortal, a distorted mortal, you add the differentiation to it. But how can you possibly make light personal? How do you do that? Because everything that you are doing, everything that you're doing is going to end. It's going to end on this level. Now, energy never changes. It just changes forms. You don't lose it. It doesn't die. So you as that light, when Jesus said, you are the light of the world, he did say that. He also said he was the light of the world. He also said he and his Father are one, and so are we. And we're in him and he's in us. Well, if that's true, then the experience of this earth plane is for us to experience it fully. You know, I've often said that they didn't kill Jesus and crucify him because he said he was God. They killed him and crucified him because he said, you are too. I am, you are, everybody is. And so anybody that gets to thinking that, they're a dangerous soul, because you cannot control somebody who knows where they came from and who they are. And we are masters of divine essence, and we originated in light, and we are light, and we shall remain as light. And this light is what enables us to move around. You know, so many times when you get for Christmas, let's just put it a simple example like this. If you bought a toy for one of your children, but it required batteries to make it work, do whatever it had to do. Maybe it was some kind of doll that's going to walk across the floor and say, Mama, Mama. All right, that doll is inert, and it is going to remain unmoving until you put a battery in it. You know, a battery that emits light makes that doll baby move. And when that battery runs out, just like with us, when the light goes out, the body goes limp. So you can't possibly be this body. You are not the body. The body's going to exit when it's time for you to go. So while you are here, you have adapted and will adapt a mode of operation. And with cosmic therapy, you cannot limit your life and your life's experience to where you are sitting. Now let's just say this is as far as I was going. This is as far as it's going to take this old cookie. I would not possibly be able to interact with everything else that is going on outside that very room or that room, much less what the front door and down the street and 3 states over and over the seas. We cannot limit our lives and say that we know what we are supposed to do. You know, Jesus said, why do you call me Lord, Lord, and don't do the things I tell you to do? He never one time told you to go to church. Never. Not the first time. Assemble yourselves together. So it's written in Acts and Ephesians. But we assemble ourselves together. Anytime you go to a homecoming, anytime you sit down to your family's dinner or breakfast a day, you're assembling yourselves together. Anytime you're eating lunch with your coworkers, you're assembling yourselves together. Because he said, write these words on the walls of thy heart. Because that is where you worship. That is where the light exists. That is why at nighttime, if you're unable to sleep, that light has not settled in your heart. If it's anywhere else moving around because you have so many unfinished projects, then you're not going to be able to rest. The light has to settle in your heart. It's sort of like, well, let me give you an example. I love giving examples. Stop a moment and concentrate on your heart. The heart that beats in the left quadrant of your body, upper part of your body, and make it form a smile. Not a smile on your lips, but a smile in your heart. And feel it. Feel the smile in your heart. And immediately when you do that, the entire body rushes with heat because the light has illuminated that part of your body. You are light, and you are to live in such a vibratory state that when you walk into a room, you feel yourself light and at peace. What in the world does peace mean? And why in the world did I use that, Mitzi? Peace. Feel yourself at peace. Let's go see why I used peace. P-E-A-C-E. P-C-E. P-C-E? P-C-E? Am I a flower? Am I an organ? Am I a plant that is flowered and forms and unfolds from the inside out? P-C-E. P-C-E? Yes. P-C. Okay, let's see. Peace. We got a 7, 5, 1, 3, 5. There it is. You know, I've been talking about